YouTube, what's good? It's your boy LaRon Potent Pondering. I'm back with another video. Please come in, thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I go live. Let me turn my display down because it's really bright. I don't like my eyes to be looking like that, like with the reflection. Let me see if it went down. Yeah, that's better. All right. So please come in, thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time that I go live or I do uploads. So how y'all doing today? You know what I'm saying? It's Saturday morning. I figured I'd come live and, do some commentary momentarily, So yeah, we're gonna talk about Cardi B's sister being low-key racist. Yeah, I wanted to do a video about that yesterday, but when the week winds up, I get more tired, and it's like it's been a long week. So I want to talk about Cardi B's sister. Oh, hold on. Let me go to my YouTube city studio because we got to get paid. Hold on a second. We got to get paid. We got to listen. We not in the business for free. Not me. You know what I mean? Yeah, Cardi B says, she gave me that energy. Oh, that story time got 440 views. Make sure you check out my story time that I dropped earlier. See, let me tell you something. Like, I know a lot of time on YouTube, people be numbers freaks. I'm not a number freak because this is not my full-time job. You understand what I'm saying? And I think it's easier for a person like that. Like, I think that I would obviously be doing better if I did, um YouTube full-time, then I would have more time to do like different things per se. But I'm already so busy, like in my personal life, like with my full-time job alone, you know, um, that it's really like I have to get in where I fit in with it. A lot of the times different topics come out and I'm like, damn, I want to react to it immediately and I just can't do it. It's just unfortunate, but I just can't do it. I can't drop the bread and butter to come over here and, can't do it. But when I'm here, I try to make sure that I show up fully. You know what I'm saying? Fully. So let me see who's in the chat before I go into the topics. What's up, Vanessa? I almost dozed off. What's up, Blue? Hey man, is that her real page? I heard no, that's her real page. It is. And I could tell by the stuff that she's saying because she's made comments like that before about, like when people play that reverse racism card, she's done that before. So we're gonna get to Hennessy, Carolina. Don't worry. And yeah, I'll reserve my opinion to when that happened. What's up, Big Leo? So yeah, I hope y'all doing well. It's the weekend. Is it the weekend when you be creeping? I used to love that song when I was younger, and now that's a Houston group, and now I'm in Houston. So it's just crazy how things work out. Yo, let me put you on to something before we move forward. So I don't know if y'all watch Peyton Marie Charles, but she has like a brand deal or whatever with Twisted Lily. So she did this fragrance haul and she was talking about this Bohemian Lime. It's a unisex fragrance. Let me just bring that up real quick before we go into the commentary. And let me tell you what I did. So what I like about Twisted Lily is I went on there and I used her code Peyton10 to like try it, but they have the testers, so you don't even got to buy the full Bohemian. It's called Bohemian Lime. You don't even got to buy the full bottle. They got little testers that's like $5. So the tester is really it's like a regular tester, but I didn't want to spend $150 or whatever on that cologne if I didn't like it. But when I tell you that shit smells so good, let me see. Bohemian Lime. I want to bring that up really quick. I could have swore I turned my air down. But see, I don't know about y'all. How do y'all like the air in your apartment? My shit is not going below 74. I'm sorry. I'm not a Texan. I know it's hot as hell down here. I'm not a Texan. I'm just, I don't like it super cold in my apartment. I just don't like. So let me share this with y'all real quick so you can see it. But when I tell you what I did with this too, it's a really nice fragrance for the summertime. Yeah, that Bohemian Lime. What I do is I seen this hack online. Wait, I don't think I'm. Hold on a second. Yeah, I must have did something with my camera. I didn't position it right, but I try to make sure I angle this. So what I do is I take this, right? I seen this hack on, was it TikTok or something? So I, mind you, so I spent like $40. I bought a few of them because I didn't want to just buy one. So I bought a few. So what you do is you take the tester, right? You take the tester, and you can see I've been using it, and you spray it in your Vaseline, and then you just take something. I don't have anything with me right now. You take something and you mix it up in your Vaseline. This is how you always have smell good. So this is like cocoa butter Vaseline. So what I do is, and trust me, this shit hit. I got so many different compliments. Of course, I sprayed a little bit on, but like after I get out the shower, yo, when I tell you this shit smells so good, yeah, this shit is official. I keep it cold, especially at night. But day, what is cold to you? To be honest with you, like my coworker, she was like, I would hate to come to your apartment because I'm telling you, at nighttime, I don't really like it really cold. See, I think that's the issue with a lot of people in Texas, why they always be having colds and shit. I don't want no fan. I don't want no fan spinning on top of me all night. No. When we get into the thick of the summer and it's really hot, air might go to 74. I don't like it really cold. You got to realize, like, growing up in New York, we didn't grow up with central air. So I'm happy that I didn't. Every person I know in Houston, they be like, oh, my house got to be on 60 something. Yeah, and that's why your light bill and all of that is about $400 per month. You want to know how much my light bill is for about a thousand square foot apartment every month? My light bill at the highest is $140. At the lowest, last month, I paid my bill $60. No. And when I leave, the air goes to 77. I don't turn it off completely. But yeah, this shit smells so good. Try that Bohemian Lime. I'm telling you, you're gonna really, really, really love it. You will. It's really nice. Mm. Lauren said it's cold in my apartment. I need it to be cold to sleep. No, that's what you've been trained to think. That's what you've been trained to think. You don't need it to be cold. That's just some shit you used to. Lauren, where are you from? What state you live in? I keep it cold. It stay cold in my home. See, that's your problem. Probably got $200, $300 bill. My air is on 70. See, 70 is not bad, but I'm gonna tell you, it's still a little too cold for me. I don't like it to be that cold. I just don't. I don't enjoy it. So my air is on 70. I used my fan in the summer. I'm in the winter. I went to Atlantic City last week. It was chilly out there. When I came back to New York City, I was burning up. But believe it or not, living in New York for over 30 years, I got used to not having no air conditioner in the summertime. You know, you have your little unit that you put in the window, but central air is not a thing in New York. It's not, unless you have a newly renovated, upgraded apartment. Central air is not a thing. And yeah, so I don't enjoy that shit. I don't like, and when I'm in the car, to be honest with you, in the car in Houston, you gotta have your air on. I'm not too fond of cold air blowing all over me. I'm just not. So I need my room cold. See, that's your problem. I want to know how much your electricity bill is per month, or how much your parents is. You running up the bill, having it on 60. Yeah, I remember for a short stint that I did have a roommate. They wanted the air on 60. I'm thinking to myself, like, what is wrong with you? No, no. That's why I couldn't have no roommate. Nah, we can't do that. Anyway, so let's move on. So what else did I want to say? So my niece, right? She's trying to get her first job, and you could put me in my place. You don't have to tell me things that I want to hear all the time. But when I was younger, I had to really think about this. My mom has always had good jobs. So my aspiration when I was a teenager is that I wanted to work, but I wasn't never working at fast food. Like, I'm sorry. Not a job is a job, but I was too good to work at McDonald's. Like, to be honest with you. Plus, I was chubby and I didn't want nobody to see me working there. Like, I didn't want a job like that. The reason why I said that is my niece, she's 17 and she's trying to get a job. And she's like, I got an interview tomorrow, because I'm asking her, did she go visit my mom? She's like, I got an interview tomorrow. And I'm like, where are you interviewing at? And she's like, Taco Bell. I'm interviewing at Taco Bell and McDonald's. And I'm just thinking, like, why didn't you get a job with the summer program? Because, they have summer programs for all, teens or whatever. And she's like, because they only pay $250 every 2 weeks. And I'm like, thinking to myself, I ain't want to say it to her. I'm like, how much money do you think you're gonna work at McDonald's? Not trying to be funny or nothing, but with all of the migrants and stuff in New York and the way that they're trying to push it, New York is a sanctuary state, right? New York City and upstate New York because they pushing them upstate. Let me tell you something. The way that they pushing that and with the influx of migrants, I want you to realize that all of those jobs that you may have got when you got out of high school or working in high school and you had your little Taco Bell, McDonald's job and people did that, who you think is going to take those jobs now? Who you think is going to take them? Listen, I personally, and to be honest with you, I personally don't want my niece to work at no McDonald's or no Burger King. For number one, it's just not to speak that into existence, but she can have a poor attitude. That means like I don't want nobody going upside her head. Like I just feel like she needs to. She's smart academically, but like, and it's a whole other thing that goes into her mother. Like, ladies, I don't know whoever's watching this, but I can definitely see the effects of a narcissistic mother who suppresses a person emotionally, talks over them all the time, won't let you get a word in edgewise. So my niece is going through that, and this is why she be having little spouts in school where I'm like, you're a straight A student. Why did you spaz out at school like that? Because she doesn't have an outlet. So, oh, man, sometimes like I know that there's people who can relate to that. It's some toxic situations with daughters and mothers, like toxic, very toxic, but very people show good face on the outside is all I can say. But yeah, I don't want my niece working at McDonald's or Taco Bell because who else is getting those jobs? What type of people typically get those jobs? People, nothing against people who had to return to society from out of prison and jail. You got to find somewhere to work at, right? But I don't want you having that. You have to realize if you watching this video, if you have a child, a teen, and they want to go out and get a job, you have to think about who has access to your child at these places. You be seeing how people getting into fights and stuff at McDonald's and doing all of that. And my niece, she got a little nasty. I ain't gonna say she has a nasty attitude, but she do have. I can tell that her mother did a number on her because like even when she came here to Houston, it's like I was like up early bringing her places, trying to go shopping, and I'm thinking to myself at that point when she was here like 2 years ago, I'm thinking to myself at that point I was probably like 350, right? And I'm questioning myself. We in Memorial City Mall. I'm like, why am I walking faster than you? And I'm thinking to myself, oh, you're walking slow purposely on some attitude shit because we was up early out ripping and running. I'm like, why am I walking faster than you? But she did that in a way. And I don't know, like, I'm gonna move on to the commentary, but I'm just gonna say this. Like, I could just tell her the way that her mother stifled her enough because it's like certain things I could identify. When we was in the store, I'm like, what you gonna look for? I'm like, why you not shopping? And I asked her, I said, did your mother not let you go to the mall? Like, do you not shop? And she like, no. I said, yeah, because I said, I'm suggesting everything to you. I'm like, you're not getting down and dirty in these racks enough. When I was a young boy and we used to go to the mall, we see, but the thing is, my mother, we had autonomy, and her mom uses this word, but you don't really give her no autonomy. We had autonomy. First and foremost, I've been going to the mall since I was a little kid, like 8, 9 years old. And I had a bunch of cousins. So we all went to the mall, going through stores. Even if we wasn't buying nothing, we was window shopping. I know how to shop. I could go into a Burlington coat factory back in the day and be in that bitch for 2 hours, skimming through everything. Like, oh, did I miss something? Going through the whole rack. She don't know how to shop like that. Everything is online. But it's also a lot of suppression and there's a whole bunch of busyness and I don't got time. Let me tell you something before we move on. Different levels of narcissism. Narcissism is neglect. Narcissism comes in the form of neglecting your kids, whether that's based on time. Now, listen, let me tell you this, right? Because this is something that my niece go through. Her mother is a provider. She makes really good money. She does good things, but she's neglectful in the fact of just certain things that she does. Like, pretty much when she grew up, her mom was always in school and always busy. So she has this sense that she can't really bother her mom because she's always busy doing something. That is neglect. That is a form of narcissism. If you're doing that to your kids, that is narcissism. It doesn't matter what you buy them and what you do for them and whatever. If you neglect them and you're not focusing on them or whatever, me and her talk about this now and it's so crazy. She was like, Uncle, she was like, I was a little girl going to my track meetings and, I thought my mom was so busy, but when I got dropped off at home, she had a wine glass in her hand. I really thought to myself, like, wow, you had a wine glass in your hand. She said this was when she was like 10 years old. She said, but if you was at my game, I probably would have ran a little bit faster. Like that shit broke my heart when she told me that. She was like, I thought she didn't come because she was busy. Neglect is a form of narcissism too. It's not just about treating people nasty or, whatever. And I ain't realized that so many women go through that. And, they try to say men are narcissists. No, women are narcissists too. They are. Let's move on before we end up down that rabbit hole. But yeah, I really feel for her, and she just wants to get away and go to college and get away and do her thing. But I need her to be more emotionally intelligent, because I'm like, with your attitude, you're gonna get a job and they're gonna put you on the worst roles all the time. And I don't want nobody to put no hands on you. Like, nah, you're smart in school and all of that, but when you make bad decisions, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, because she recently just got in trouble for in school doing something crazy. So yeah, but it's like it's the form of neglect though. It's like, let me tell you, so it's the let me tell you, it's the form of neglect. Neglect can be in a way where, say for instance, like, and this is something you will highly overlook, right? Say that you have a child and you're always in meetings, right? And you bring your child along to these meetings, and they're just there by themselves, and you're around all these adults and stuff. It's inappropriate. It's really, that's a form of not, you gotta, it's different brackets of it too. Neglecting your child. Like I said, when my niece was growing up, her mother always stayed in school as a way to distract herself away, like, from different things. And now she realizes, she was like, yo, I went to the beauty salon to get my hair done all the time, but why didn't she do my hair? And this is the same thing I used to argue with her mother about. I'm like, you're not going to create no memories of doing your child hair. She used to think that I was crazy. This was 10 years ago. She'd be like, no, you care too much. Now my niece is mimicking the same things to me. Like, I don't have no memories of my mother doing my hair, because she was always too busy. She was always too busy. She always sent her to get her hair braided. My niece, I used to get so mad sometimes because my niece's hair was like, she cut it now, but my niece's hair was like beyond. It kind of reminded me of my grandmother, of the genes, like long brown hair, right? And like, her mom always kept braids in her hair as a placeholder because she didn't want to get her hair done. And I used to look at my niece like, your hair is way too long for you to be walking around with raggedy fucking braids for 3 months. Like, I'm like, that's a placeholder hairstyle. So nobody don't got to do nothing with it. I give her mom credit. She provides, but it's certain things that, like, I don't know. Yeah. And it's all laziness, in my opinion, and it's all lack of effort. It is. So I said the best thing that you can do is graduate high school and move on, and start your own life. And this is another thing. Don't be sending your kid to therapy when you are part of the fucking reason why they're going to therapy. Don't send them there. Like, you are part of the reason. Yo, I remember, listen, I promise I am going to move on after this, right? My niece came down here to Houston, right? And in Houston, it costs a lot of money to get your hair blown out and straightened or whatever. In New York, it's probably like probably $50, right? So my niece came down here to Houston. This was in 2021. So she came down here and she was like, oh, I found it. I helped her find this girl on Instagram. I was like, oh yeah, let's go get your hair done. My niece, she's at this age, she's 17 this year. So that was 15. So she called her mom, was like, Mom, I want to take my hair out. He's going to bring me to go get my hair done. She told her, like, no, you can't take your hair out. The braids was raggedy. No, don't take those braids out. Don't do this. Do you know my niece was in here crying? She was like, why can't I take my hair out? Like, my mom was so free. This is why I don't like people who encumber my spirit, because I had a free mama. My mother was there. She provided. She was there for me, but my mother didn't nag me. Parents are your first bullies. How many of y'all out there are bullying your fucking kids, saying rude things to them, and then trying to put them in therapy because you don't really listen? I promise, God strike me down right now. One of my friends, I stopped being friends with her by the way she was talking to her son. I said, why are you talking to your son like that? I stopped fucking with her like that. Real talk. I stopped it. The way that she would talk to her son and just say he ain't gonna be this and he ain't gonna be that. Like, yo, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Do you know that if you keep doing that to him, he's gonna be like that? I can't take it. Let's move on before I stay on that for too long. But yeah, man, some of y'all is damaging your kid's life and you don't realize it, and you annoyed because you're annoyed and you're aggravated with them. Anyway, so let's move on really quick. I'm not even going to touch on these few things too much for too long, but I did want to point out. Let me see. So let's go over here first with Diddy. Wait, let me do this. All right. All right. So it looks like Howard revoked Diddy's let's see. So Howard University revokes Diddy's honorary doctorate degree and agrees to cut all financial ties, including his scholarship program. I knew that this was going to happen, though. I knew that it was going to happen. A lot of people knew that this was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. Like, sometimes they got to send things through the proper channels just to make sure that, doing things correctly. But it says Howard University Board of Trustees voted unanimously today to accept. See, I told you to accept the return by Mr. Sean Combs' honorary degree conferred upon his time in 2014. Damn, I done talked all that shit about parents. That shit done worked me up and made me hot. Um, all right. So this acceptance revokes all honors and privileges associated with the degree. According to the board, has directed that his name be removed from all documents listing the honorary degree recipients of Howard University. I don't even know why they give out these degrees anyway, these honorary damn degrees. So Mr. Cohn's behavior has captured in a recent released video, fundamentally incompatible with Howard University's core values and beliefs, that he is deemed no longer worthy to hold the institution's highest honor. That's crazy. All right, so that's that. Yeah, so and then I know Diddy just feels crumbled. I know. Listen, let me tell you, as a son who my mom has only boys, I understand and I see where a lot of black women be like, "Oh, the mother coddles, she does this." My mother never coddled me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe she felt like I didn't need it. But for one of my brothers, I felt like she always made excuses for him. I wonder how Diddy's mom feels. Like, my mom was a type, and I love her for this though. But she's one of those people where it's like, not my son. Like, your son did it, not my son. But I don't know. And then in the same breath, you can always talk to her though. Like, she'd be like, "All right, get over it." Like, I ain't have a person who harped on me like that. Like, you made a mistake. What we gonna do from here now? That was how my mother was. She wasn't gonna talk about it all day and annoy you. And she wasn't like that. She had too much other shit. But with Diddy, I wonder how his mom, how she feels about everything going on with him. Like, I'm pretty sure she's gonna feel some sort of impact, especially financially. Oh man, so yeah, I mean, I can't even say that's unfortunate. I knew that was going to happen with Diddy. So let's move over here now with Candace Owens. So Candace Owens said that Joe Biden is suffering from advanced dementia and slams his wife, the First Lady Biden. "You are a cruel woman to allow your husband to go through this." Listen, let me tell you something. First and foremost, when it comes to dementia, people with dementia, is not like they still don't, like they still have thoughts, feelings, and they still have control. Unless they have somebody over their life like a proxy or someone who can stop certain things, you can't really stop them. And you can't do that. Unfortunately, you can't. So I don't know. I just feel like you shouldn't be diagnosing people unless you've been to the doctors with them. He's elderly. This is why I tell you it's so important. Stop smoking that weed, go to the gym and work out, get your cognitive abilities up, eat healthy, eat eat vegetables, eat more vegetables than you do meat. Let me tell you something. You might think I'm wrong for saying this, and I said this to one of my friends, and they thought that I was so rude by saying it. You got high blood pressure, you smoke cigarettes and do all of that. I'm like, I don't know. I said, and after seeing what happened to one of my friends who passed away, I was like, I don't see a long. I know you're gonna think this is wrong and it's crass, and I'm not nobody's God, but I'm like, I like, you better change I'll say it like this. You better change the way that you live, because I don't see a long lifespan for you. Every week they're sick. It's some sort of sickness. There's always something going on. Let me tell you, knock on wood, I don't really ever get sick. I don't. I was sick around my birthday like a year or two ago. Um, yeah, but I don't really get sick like that. One of the most times I feel like one of the times I feel like I was sick before is I could remember I was in sixth grade and I think I had like a stomach bug for like a week. I don't really get sick, but yeah, as it relates to Joe Biden, do y'all think that he has dementia? I mean, we don't really know that. You can't really be diagnosing people like, especially with something like that. You can see somebody's traits and I guess you can make that assumption, but you really don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was interesting though. Candace is always going to say something opposing, especially to the Democratic Party. So I mean, what can his wife do if he still wants to run for president? Can't really do anything. Anyway, let's move on. So I'm pretty sure y'all all know about this with Bun B. His wife was waiting on a package to be delivered. She gets packages delivered. Y'all, can you imagine how startling that was to open the door to somebody? Like, just thinking like it's a regular average day. But I feel like they should have been on high alert. The reason why is that even if you're not like a huge star anymore, you still Bun B. It's like it should be a process to get to open the door. Like it should be a process, but maybe they're just so used to it. And Bun B is not like a huge rapper anymore, so it's like they probably like love that normalcy. Like I know that this is a just a quick segue, but I never forget that people tried to drag. They even used this picture sometime when Foxy Brown was in Home Depot. Let me just tell you what type of fan I am. Like I've never seen stuff like that with people like doing regular things like that. So I remember I think she was in Home Depot getting something for like her home or something like that, and then somebody snapped the picture and they was like, "Oh, Foxy was in Home Depot." To certain people, she was in self checkout, but to them they thought it was like a diss or some shit like that. Like, oh, why is she in Home Depot? To me, I was like, damn, that's normal. I always like to see celebrities in normal, like having experience in normalcy, like, you know what I'm saying? So with them, Bun B, he's not a huge rapper anymore, but I think that there should still be a process as it goes to opening your door and all of that. Like, let me tell you something. Even with me living here in Houston, I don't have family here, and my friends, if we normally meet out, if we going out, and sometimes they come over here too. But anybody who knocks on my door that's not the apartment complex, you're not going to get an answer at all. And I got a ring cam too. I don't have anybody here that should be really coming to visit me like that. And most of the time, I go out and visit people like that. But yeah, if you like, I remember what was it? Was it like for an old credit card? This guy, he kept trying to serve me, kept trying to. I would never open that door at all. And shit ended up getting thrown out though. But it's like, I'm never opening the door. Like, you're not just gonna, I don't know how many of y'all do that. If somebody knocks on your door, they'd be like, who is it? I'm not even giving you that. No, I'm not. No, nobody should be knocking on my door. But if you got family, I understand it. But you better get you a ring cam so you can see what's going on. But nah. So yeah, so the man who so his wife opened the door. He pretty much ambushed her, put a gun to her head, and all of that. Bun B gave like an emotional testimony uh yesterday. It was in court. A lot of people I seen in the comments, they was really supportive of him, and they was like, you can tell that he really loves his wife. See, the person right here is even saying it. On the other post yesterday in the shade room, they was like, he loves his wife so much. It's beautiful. Prayers to them. That stuff really gives people PTSD. Yeah. So yeah, so the man who did that, he got 40 years in prison. Now, can I ask you this? Do you think that the 40 years was, do you think that the 40 years in prison was extreme? I'm not gonna go through the kid's background or whatever, but I'm thinking maybe but he had a gun, he put it to someone's head. He didn't shoot her. Um, Maybe he has a rap sheet already, you know. And then what I'm thinking also in this case, right? I don't know why this just came to me, but with Bun B there, he's also, was he in the stand? Was he? The situation kind of clouded. It kind of clouded me like looking into it further. But I'm thinking he was on the stand because he shot at him, right? And then the guy ended up running off, and I know that he went to the hospital. But I wonder if he, not saying that he don't love his wife, but he had to sell that shit to make sure that he got out of it as well. Like, so Bun B took the stand on Thursday, opened up about what happened and how the robbery still affects them to this day. Yeah. So yeah. What do you feel? Are you happy that justice was? Do you think that it's good that he got 40 years in prison? Do you think that that's a little extreme? Let me read the comments. You said not extreme. Unfortunately, trappings of fame. I'm sure she was scared to death. I'm glad it ended with, listen, I would want to live in a damn, I wouldn't even want to live in a house no more. Like, I would want to live in a secure building where it's like shit. But let me tell you something. Here in Houston, it even goes down too. Man, you think that you be living in the Memorial area. People be over there running and all that, thinking that they're away. Let me tell you something about criminal minds where people they think of these different areas where you live in. So you think that, oh, you running over near Memorial and you running around and then you going into these. Listen, I remember, you got to be careful. See, this is what goes through my mind where I worry about like what my nieces is gonna have to deal with. And this is why when my mother, even though it be in the front of the house, when she used to get off work, My mother used to work 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. at the hospital. I will always be up in the morning just waiting for her to get, because I'm always worrying about her leaving the hospital, getting to her car, and then getting home. Like, that's on my mind. That's how I think. I don't know if y'all process it like that. Not only, ladies, you got to get home, but you got to get up in your apartment. You don't know who's waiting behind the damn door. Then you taking the staircase. You don't know if a nigga's up in the staircase and he might pull you, yank you, do. It's a lot. Listen, let me tell you something. And I don't care if nobody, you could call it pussy all you want to, but even as a man, like, you know, black men face crime from other people as well, right? But it's like, I think to myself sometimes when I come home late, like 3 in the morning, like when I got home from the Nicki concert, right? I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, if I be kind of like scoping shit out, how does a woman feel coming home by herself, like walking into a building, going to get on the elevator, like you don't know who's on the other side of that? Nah. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. Like, yeah, no one is safe. Yeah. So let's see. So you said that's the truth. No, nowhere is safe. Ever since them folks we shot and killed in the church, I'm very careful of my surroundings or if anyone's following me. Yep, that's true. And guess what? What I also do though too, I don't know. I have a bad habit of this. Not so much in the daytime, even though bad things can happen in the day. But anytime, especially here in Texas, it go down anywhere. When I pull up to the gas station, I kind of wait for a little while just to kind of see like what's going on in the inside. Like, is there something going on? Because I don't want to just walk into something, because it can happen like that too. Even though I live in the outskirts, it goes down anywhere. So you can never be too sure. So listen, I'm happy that they got justice in that matter relating to Bun B and all that. So yeah, let's move on. So I wanted to talk about this with Sukihana. So she sat up there. I forgot what's the name of this show? Is this Math Hoffa? I think, is this Math Hoffa show? I think it's Math Hoffa. So Suki was up there and she was speaking on the diss song to JT and said that she didn't feel a way about JT not clarifying and loves her song okay. To me, this kind of just seemed weird. Like, you know, in my opinion, hold on. In my opinion, Suki wanted to get out there and have a diss record. She wanted to have a diss record just like J. Cole and them, and wanted to get in the mix. And I think that's what Cardi low-key wanted to engage in as well, but she just don't really have the talent to do that. So, you know, you asking JT online like you trying to punk her like a bully, like clear this up. Like what? She didn't even respond to you or anything like that. So it's like with Suki, I felt like she handled this on some shit because she probably was in the inbox talking to yo, you talking to me or Cardi? Like what? Like who are you trying to press? Like that was just weird to me. So I just want y'all to check this out real quick. Suki said in this recent interview.
Like what's going on right now?
Honestly, I just the people were that she had a song that she dropped, which I do love, by the way. But it was a line in it that said a bitch broke her tooth on a crab leg. So the internet kind of went into a frenzy and was trying to figure out who was she talking about, because it was very detailed. And I'm one of the people that proudly went live and said I broke my tooth on a crab leg. Yeah. But then we also had Cardi that broke her tooth on a bagel. So the people were tagging me and Cardi a lot, all in the comments, like the whole song just me and Cardi. Right. So when I came home, I seen it and I finally said something. The people keep bothering me. It's Suki, this about you, this about you. So I publicly asked her, you feel me? Right. Who is it about? I don't feel like it's about me, but I would appreciate you if you just tell them that it's not about me, so I don't be connected to it. You feel me? Right. But she didn't, you know, and
she did what?
She didn't clarify.
She didn't clarify.
Well, she doesn't have to. That's not. She don't have to. Honestly, well, me, if somebody asks me to clarify something, I'm gonna clarify. If it's me, I'm a very directed person. So if I got something for you, it's going straight to you with your name on it in a present, like it's yours.
But who are you to make her think that she has to respond back to you, knowing that you close to Cardi and you was probably what you was trying to do? Let me tell you something. She was trying to play chess. What she was trying to do was to get JT to respond to her so it could be like, oh, you are talking about Cardi. You understand what I'm saying? You understand, like, nah, like, why am I, what? Come on.
Right.
So I personally don't feel no type of way that she didn't say who it was about. But at the end of the day, if the shoe fit for me, I'm wearing it. I take accountability for everything I do. So if it fit my foot, I don't give a fuck who it was for. If it fit my foot, I'm gonna wear it. Right. So that's just how that went. And you know, I didn't really want to do the internet thing because like people know me for roasting people, you know. So I feel like I'm a new artist and I got a lot to prove. And I'm a big hip hop fan, so I felt like all that back and forth shit, I could roast you right here. But if I roast you right here, then roast you in this song, they gonna say I already did that online. I already said everything. So I just kept it to myself. I was at Rick Ross's birthday.
Listen, let me tell you something. You know what she just said? Like, I wanted to keep it in the song because they're gonna be like, you already said everything. She's just repeating the same talking points of people talking about Nicki Minaj saying stuff to Megan Thee Stallion. Because you know, everybody said that she already said everything, whatever, right? These people just don't have no type of way to think or to go about things. Like, that's the type of stuff that I see through. It's just like what now all of a sudden everybody's talking about, oh, she already said everything. Shut up. And nobody, and I don't care if, and she talked about she saved all the jokes for the end. Like, your whole thing was a joke.
Birthday, Rick Ross's sister birthday party.
Right.
That's when I found out, like, oh, it's getting real. So I flew straight from the club home, got straight in the studio, just put it in my music. You know how I felt, and that's it. I just feel like with anybody, if I feel like it's pressure, we got any issue or anything, you know, I'm gonna ask you what you want to do about it, and that's that. But I feel like I got a lot of proof to people, so I'm happy people respect my my record. And we're actually charting on iTunes right now for Cocaine. And the thing is, the record was even more funnier than that. Like, it was even more funnier.
Oh, right. You cleaned it up. And you took stuff out. What did you take out?
Let me tell you something.
What did you take out?
So much. I would have to sit here and think, but the record was so hilarious that I had, because me, I'm a funny girl. I had to take it out so people can understand I'm a real MC and I'm a rapper. So I had to take out the funny shit. And I'm just so funny. It's still fucking funny. But I had to take out a lot so people could really respect my flow and my bars, and they won't say, oh, she always being funny. No. So I just put the funny shit at the end.
Right.
You know? So it ain't really nothing. It's just like, I feel like that's what MCs should do. Like, get it, take it to the booth. It is what it is.
You're not a real MC. Nobody respects you. I don't know if Cardi B fans from retweeting you because they just so happy that somebody else is going at a black woman. Yeah, that exists. I don't know if they, because that was the only people you was liking stuff from. So it's not even like you really have any your own fans. Like, I don't get it. Like, who gassed her up to make her think? Like, what? Talking about a real MC. Nobody takes you serious. And that diss record didn't do anything for you. Hate to say it. Like, it did nothing for you at all. You dropped the song with Ray J. That went nowhere. Yeah, you had that same energy like Jocelyn Hernandez had in that damn Drink Champs interview when she kept talking about that damn song was going up, and I went to her Spotify and the monthly listeners was low. So it's like Suki Suzuki, she not making no noise like that. And the sad thing about it is JT is another black woman, and you see more connection with Cardi, which a lot of black women do. And I don't know why y'all feel that way. Y'all feel like y'all got to rally around her or something, because y'all feel bad for her. You feel bad for her. Oh, I can't wait till I talk about Cardi's sister. Let's
yeah, fuck it. You feel me? She might not have an issue with me. That's cool. I don't got no issue with her, but you feel me?
It's just the fact that she didn't clarify.
I would have liked you to, but you did it, and it's okay. Shit,
but the main reason why you wanted her to, though, was because you felt like y'all were friends.
No.
Well, it's just like me. Okay, so let's say you're a rapper,
right?
And I make something, and I make a song, but people keep tagging you, and I see it. I see them tagging you, and it's like at this point, my whole song got you in the comments.
Let me tell you something, right? You don't have to respond to anybody at all. You don't have to respond to anybody, because you want to know what? And I know that JT is not Nicki or anybody. Art is up for you to express it and for people to feel the way that they feel and form an opinion and brainstorm on how they feel about it, right? Let me tell you something. After multiple hits, listen, I know, you know what's so crazy? And thank God that things happen the way that they do. You know how many times, and I think finally Nicki just moved on. You know how many times Nicki thanked Cardi and she never said nothing back? She walked her on We Go Up. She shot at her on Welcome to the Party. She gave her a chance to get on the dance floor. She didn't want to do it. See, now the gal, she done fumbled her moment. Now she can't really go at Nicki because it's gonna look desperate now. And I hope Nicki just stays there. You don't need to address that girl no more. She's we seeing what's happening. And I'm gonna be even real to tell you this, right? And because I know that y'all hear me joking and stuff about Cardi with her song Enough and all of that, right? Let me tell you this though. I think that her song Enough is a typical Cardi B song. So the way that her other songs go up, it should have did better than what it did, right? It sounds like a Cardi B song, right? So just the fact that it didn't do anything is enough writing on the wall in itself. It's enough writing on the wall. And let me tell you who sent her ass back to the club. Nicki fucked the club up. That one is she needed a club record. She's like, oh, she in a club? How many urban records have we already got from Cardi? How many urban songs have we already got from her? Now she's gonna have to do a pop song because you did so many urbans already. It's not working. What you thought you was gonna come and run it? Like, yo, it kind of broke my heart earlier when I looked at the radio charts, right? You know, and I know for a fact that Sexy Red and Glorilla song is doing better than Cardi song on all levels, but she still got more radio play than them. But she's not charting across the charts for anything. No Apple Music, no Spotify, no nothing. She probably got a lousy Shazam where people just open their phone up and be like, what song is that? That's all she has, right? But she has more radio play. Not substantially more, but just the fact that she got more. And this is what Nicki used to always fight about before. It's like, I don't understand if my video views are up and my streams is up, why don't my radio play match it? We need people to look at that because, and that's another reason why I felt like she didn't deserve to be on that top 10 list. And that's another reason why her sister was mad and bitter. But we're gonna wait to get to that. Let's finish this up.
Suki, Cardi, you feel me? I'll tell you.
Yeah.
This one not for you, my girl.
Yeah.
Because I know you could feel some type of way. Why would I want animosity or any enemy? Like that's weird.
Right.
I would never.
And you said that on the video. You said, "Yo, like we hang out. I see you all the time." Like
no,
it's
it
always
ain't.
love.
We don't hang out. You feel me? It wasn't that. But you know, you just gotta.
Like what's going on right now?
So anyway, so JT also recently did an interview as well, and she spoke on that. So JT seemingly addresses Sukihana's diss track aim at her. I did not take it that seriously. Let's hear what she said.
I just feel like people just be looking for a problem, already having a problem, and looking for one, because there's no way in hell that you could just skip over talking to me directly.
Everything. But what I will commend you on is your extended verse of "Okay" was like, yes, bitch, this is my extended verse, and I'm gonna make some money.
Girl, I can't. I'm telling you the truth. Like, I don't take that serious. I did not take that serious.
Good.
Nothing was true.
You can't.
About nothing. None of that is true. And I don't hate her enough, you know, to jump over all of that. Like, yes, I can argue with a stranger on Twitter, but for me to really go in the studio, right, and in the middle of doing my project, because this is a very delicate time for me.
Yeah.
My first project. In the middle of my first project, I have 3 good songs.
Yeah.
I just feel like people just be looking for a problem.
All right, that was that one.
That I love. And I would have to love that diss track to put it out. You get what I'm trying to say? I would have to love it because I'm so critical on myself. And to make that my 4th song that somebody hear from me, right? My 4th song that get up, I would have to get a cover art.
Yeah.
I would have to do a lot.
I think you did good.
And I just didn't think it was worth it. And then I would have had to drag other people in it. And I feel like nobody on her side did anything to me for me to be disrespectful.
I think it was
just
smart.
It was I don't even hate her enough to go that far. Like, okay, like if you felt like that changed your life, which I know it did, then you do that. That I love. And I would have to love.
Okay.
All right, so that was that. That was that. So yeah, and I think did JT say she know that song didn't do anything for her? That's a fact. It did nothing for her. So it's like, what's next? She thought that she was gonna use that clout from JT currently climbing and all of that. She thought that she was gonna use that clout and that, you know, was gonna put her on and then promote that song that she had with Ray J. And the results weren't responsive at all. At all. So listen, hold on a second. Let me see. So why she still following Cardi on IG? I don't know. You never know with these girls. Maybe she's scared to hit the unfollow. Cardi unfollowed Sexy Red though, right? I don't blame her enough, right? Yeah. So listen, please make sure that you thumbs up the video. It's 150 people here. Please make sure that you support the channel. The Cash App is on the screen. $ potent pondering. Yes. So yeah. So I want to move on and talk about the Cardi B sister thing, right? Now, this is my feelings before I bring up her tweets on Twitter. I was kind of thinking before I went live, I was like, what is the reason for, you know, I understand it's like, you know, your siblings are always going to try to take up for you, but Cardi's sister never really got into the mix unless it was like, remember she would like say funny stuff about Nicki. That was years ago, like around the Queen era, that album. But she never really like would get in the mix and talk shit about like fans or bloggers or anything like that. So I'm wondering, I'm like, I don't know, is Cardi really, is she pregnant and Hennessy feel like she got to like stand up for her or protect her or whatever the case may be? I don't know. But I just found some things interesting when I was going through her page, like yesterday, and I made a tweet about it on Twitter too. I was just like, and I quote tweeted her because I typically don't even do that. I'm not the type of person who does that. Like, I don't really respond to people directly. I just kind of say what I want to say. And it'd be so crazy. Like, you don't even have to use people's names and people to search a certain thing. But her sister had responded to this person and they had, let me tell you something. This person had a blank profile pic. I think it was like white and it had some writing on it, right? And they was calling her Mexican or whatever. You don't know if this person was Puerto Rican. You don't know if they was from El Salvadorian. You don't know if they were from like Latin America or whatever. And they just was talking about Mexican. But her sister made this comment and she was just like something about like, I'm gonna bring it up directly on the page, but I'm just trying to like go off of my memory. And she was like, get off Mexicans, DICK, right? She was like, what are you, jealous because you don't speak another language? In my mind, you think that you're speaking to a black person behind this page. And that's low-key racism. And first and foremost, I'm from America. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, right? Moving to the South, it has opened up my mind so much in regards to, and I'm not a Republican, right? But I understand different. I feel like as you grow older, you see things through a different scope. And this is nothing against anybody who does speak Spanish, right? But I remember when I first moved here and I would see all these viral videos online with people going into stores and it'll just be like white people, right? And they would just say certain things to people like, how do you work in this country and you don't speak English, right? So it's like you talking about, why don't you know you mad because you speak two languages? Well, your sister sounds slow. So even if she does speak Spanish or whatever, she's still slow. So, you know what I mean? But in regards to like understanding, it's like, I think that, yeah, if you do work in this country, you should be able to speak English. Like English is a very popular language. Like Spanish is popular as well. But like, I don't know. I just felt like some undertone. Like I feel like Cardi B and her sister, they're the type of girls that talk about black people or black women behind their backs, like behind the scenes. Because I don't know if you just get that feeling from her, but I definitely feel that. So let me just bring her page up really quick and just scan through some of her posts. Now, Cardi's sister, she kind of gives me the vibe of somebody who, like, you know, her sister takes care of her, whether she's giving her hand-me-downs or whether she's just giving her money to blow shit. And I just feel like, yeah, she like designer makes her feel important, like where she could talk down on people. So let's just scroll down because I want to get to some of her tweets and just kind of start. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Cardi is in $1 million studio. Let's see. I hate when someone else be concerned about someone else's moves. She's been at it for like the past few days. Let's just scroll all the way down. No, that's April. So let's start from right here. And this just started recently. I know you know what I'm saying is she never did this before. Damn, I was adjust my camera. Whatever. Let's just keep this. Let's do this because all right. So just so y'all can see that fully. She was like, if you don't like someone, why are you so concerned with what they're doing? Some of these men didn't have father figures to teach them how to act because why are you on the internet gossiping more than the bitch? I mean, what did your mother and father do for your sister where she ended up in the strip club and you ended up going to college and graduating? So we could start there too. Don't listen. The same way that you could put the magnifying glass on somebody's life, they could do that to you too. And she said, I hate when motherfuckers be on here so concerned about someone else's moves. Like, why you worry about yourself? Listen, that's what people do. It's the internet. I be quiet because I'm really lethal with my mouth. Like, I would make your ass feel like ish. Why? Because you feel like you wear designer now. Let me tell you something. It's a lot of people who don't care about designer and whatever those things that you feel like you have access to. Nobody cares about that. That's not going to stop a person. If a person is living in a 1-bedroom apartment, they still going to pop their shit if they a damn blogger or whatever, and they still going to go live and still talk shit. What makes you think that just because you have more money that you have the right to have an opinion? What? That means nothing. And so somebody said, so she said, wait, y'all mad he's speaking facts. Ken Barbie is a bitch ass man you're talking about. So I guess they responded to this. And she said, who the F and why the F, what she say? Who the F is you and why the F you on my D, loser? And then what she say? Tell Cardi to get off the floor and put an at on it. Y'all claim y'all so about it, but never atting who y'all speaking about. F you come on here for? She like, I don't even know what the F you talking about, but Cardi is in her $1 million studio. Where the F you at? On the floor on your air mattress? Get up. You put my D in your, you got 1 follower. Stop talking Cardi and her family, loser. And so then they checked her. She said she in her $1 million studio waiting for motherfuckers to write her raps for her. You thought you ate that? Both of y'all illiterate ass bitches need to go eat a D. Yo, that was crazy. And they said she writes all of her. You know Cardi don't write all her stuff. We seen the people in the credits. What is wrong with you? Listen, let me tell you something. Hold on a second. Let me tell you this, just in case you don't know it. When you tell one lie, everything after the lie is false to me. When you tell a lie, and I know that sometimes we might say something to, keep you out of our business or whatever, any person, not just me, but you might say something just to keep a person out your business, but blatantly lying when we know that she does not write her rhymes, like insignificant. So let's go back over here to the treasure troll page. Is she like 4 feet tall thinking that she gonna beat somebody up? So she writes all her issue, mad about it, bitch, and you're forever gonna stay mad with your broke ass. Why don't you go find a D to eat since you so bored stalking my page and clearly get no D? Damn, why is D always on your mind? Ain't she isn't she a lesbian? Like, why is she always talking about D? Like, what she say? So white party credit on damn near all her songs. Henny baby, give it up. That B can't read, rap, or write. And she said, let's see everybody else credits because I see other names. And I think somebody else posted something. I'd be so scared to click on people's stuff because they be posting PORN under it. And Cardi's Minions is under her post. Let's see. She sees other names. That was where I started at with this pic. And so, let's see. And I'm not Mexican, you racist hater, pack it up. So I guess somebody called her Mexican. Let's see. Oh, so they said to her, having an opinion does not make you a hater. I know you group in the field of Mexico and your comprehension skills is lacking, but no one is hating. And she said, you calling me a Mexican, which I'm really not, just goes to show you be hating Mexicans. Ditto, a Mexican must have took your boyfriend. And you see this person's name clearly says Black Barb, right? I mean, your sister hates on Mexicans. She came online and pleaded and said, y'all know that I'm not a Mexican. Y'all know, y'all be calling me dirty Mexican and this and that. No, Megan Thee Stallion called you a dirty Mexican. That's who called you that. And you tried to look over it just because you down and out and you needed the jaws of life to pull you out, to put you on that stage in Madison Square Garden because nobody else was paying you any attention. So your sister even talked down on Mexicans. So go have a speech with her, with your abuela. So so she said that. And when she said, if you talk ish about somebody and their life is better than yours, you're a dead hater. That's diabolical. And so this person said to her, How because you have money don't make you better than someone? Stop throwing money in people's face because, bitch, not too long ago, y'all had roaches and was eating bean burritos. Why she's blatantly responding to Barb's. Like, is this not blatant to you? And then Black Barb. And she said, why are you taking shit so personal? Sounds like a personal problem. Sounds like you're broke. Everybody black is broke to her. It sounds like you're broke and talking shit about someone in the shoe fitted. And I don't eat bean burrito. That is the second time you say some Mexican shit off them. Get off the Mexicans D already. You sound obsessed with them. Everybody's obsessed and broke to Hennessy, Carolina. Everybody. Then she said she could never talk ish about somebody doing better than her. I think this is when she was talking to Millie, calling another black person obsessed, and she know that she's black, and this is why she said that to her. What did she say right here? I'm kind of scared to click it. What did she say? And you're the only B-ass nigga I see posting P-word on your page and posting your dry hole, desperate for D because you can't get no D in real ass life. Go jerk something, you perv. So I guess she got reported for that, for being abusive. Yeah, so let me just say this before we read the rest of her stuff, right? Where do you think this is coming from? Why all of a sudden do she feel the need to get online and windmill for Cardi and like away? And if you notice, I'm gonna wait till I get to the top of her page, but she's not following Cardi. She was following some other weird, like little spammy looking page. I think they posted like love quotes or whatever, but then she unfollowed the page, so she's not following anybody. So you know, she probably talking to Cardi behind the scenes, like, bitch, and don't follow my page because you know they're gonna try to say like, you know, whatever. But that's definitely Hennessy. Why do y'all think she's doing that all of a sudden? Is Cardi with child and she's trying to like protect her sister? Like, well, if you ain't gonna talk, if you ain't gonna say nothing, I am. You know that Cardi, Kim Barbie, and all of them is in the group chat together. And let me tell you this, right? Now, I will admit, so our mom was on Spaces earlier, right? Now, depending on what the topic is, I just personally don't like to be, now that they give you the option to be anonymous in Spaces, I don't really, the only type of Spaces that I really show up in is like Tariq Nasheed. I will go in there and where you can see that I'm visibly in there, but certain ones I just be low-key writing in there because they give you the option to be anonymous. So I be using the anonymous. So it was so weird. When I get to the top of the page, it'll make sense. But when I got out of the gym, something told me, I was like, let me check to see what this girl's talking about on her page today, right? So I click on her page, and it's so crazy that while he was live, I think he was still live at the moment, she was talking about this Mariah Carey obsessed thing again, and like she used like some lyrics like, you hating hard, but something, you'll wait till I see it. But she's on there anonymous too. She want to hear what people saying about Cardi. Where'd this obsession suddenly come from? Like before Hennessy, she was out the way. You know, she was bold talking crazy to Ra Ali, but now she want to be in the fan mix of it. I don't know, like what's going on? Why all of a sudden is she in the mix? Did Kim Barbie send her a signal like, you know, Cardi is being dragged or whatever? I don't know what it is, but so let's scroll up. Let's see. Oh, that's what they said. She cries so much. She's the only gangster I know that sue, rants, yells, and more online. Go rap. And I guess that was the post that Millie, I think she just merely reposted it, and then Cardi's sister had came back and said something crazy. Like, who are you to think that you could stop somebody from like talking? Like, that shit really like bugs me out. That really bugs me out. Like, I don't try to control what people say online. You can't. It's inevitable. You can't stop it. Let's see. And then this right here, right? When she is like, I hate bitches that think they fake bullies. Like, bitch, you got the wrong ones. Why? Because you, listen, I need to put my camera up to say this because I said this on Twitter too. Why? Because you think that you have your sister got black friend affiliates and that you think that we seen Cardi get handled, took into Pound Town in New York City, and you're only like 4 foot tall. What are you really going to do to another girl? Like only thing y'all going to do is try to get some sort of connections to get somebody to try to threaten somebody or whatever the case may be. That's all y'all going to do. And you already see what happened with your sister's friend that was doing that. So think smart, be wise about what you do and what you say and what type of threats you, but nobody is, I don't know if the money has Hennessy delusional and she walking around with Louis Vuitton and, you know, I don't even know if Hennessy. I've looked at her like a picture of her with Cardi on Love and Hip Hop before, and you could definitely see where Cardi got face surgery now. Like now it's so clear. I looked at that picture where Cardi had on that those huge Gucci shoes, and Hennessy was there. They all was really slim. I think Hennessy got her body done too. She looked good though, you know, with her body. But it's like, are these things going to your brain like Cardi? And it's like Star Brim, y'all hang out with all of these black affiliates, and then you making low key racist remarks online. I could tell that Cardi is the type of Cardi and her sister is the type of Dominican chicks who talk about black girls behind the scene. And I'm not the only person who made comments like that before. You can tell, but she is like, you know, talking about people as PUSSY. Hate that bitches, hate that they think they could fake bullies. Bitch, you got the wrong ones. What you gonna do? That's my question. What are you gonna do to them? To anybody who blogs and says anything, what are you gonna do? You can't do anything. That should be so crazy to me when people say that, like, especially online. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, I don't know. So then she talking, I don't know, a bitch who got up talking ish in the morning. She just talking crazy. So then this is where it gets to the part where I talked about a person saying something to her about, let's see, what did she say? It was something about, let me see, there's something in here where somebody says something to her about being Mexicans. She said, I'm not Mexican, B, but since you're hating on Mexicans, then go shove the Mexican flag up your rear, jealous asshole. And then I guess, I don't know, I don't see the person who she was talking to, right? But she says, you're hating on Mexicans. You're mad. Maybe you're mad we speak more than one language, so you're calling me Mexican? Who's mad? Listen, why would a person be, so she's alluding to the fact that the person is mad because they only speak one language? I don't know. To me, it seems a little low-key racist, like the way that she's trying to call everybody else a racist, and she's trying to deflect by saying little funny stuff like this. Are you mad we speak more than one language? First and foremost, let me tell you this. I know several black people who speak more than one language, right? Shit, we all done took classes in middle school, high school, and elementary school, because I knew that I took Spanish and French. You know what I'm saying? I don't speak them fluently. English is my primary language. And shit, it seemed like we living in America, and y'all from the damn Bronx, and it seemed like English is a second language for your damn sister. Shit, they obviously ain't teach her enough. But yeah, so you hating on Mexicans. You're mad we speak more than one language. Are you crazy? Have you been to Texas where you go into places and they don't even speak? They don't listen. You could go into Chipotle and the person will be not even. That's what made me realize. I'm like, what the hell? How you don't speak English? That should be weird to me. But I've never met a person jealous because they only speak English or whatever. So that was that. Oh, this is the person she was talking to. Okay. Okay, you wake up being excess while arguing in the comments. You dirty Mexican. That ain't better either. You see what I'm saying? This is the page I'm talking about. Where on this page, how do you know that this is not a Puerto Rican speaking to you, or El Salvadorian, or what if they even Dominican and they saying it to her? How do you know that? Maybe you're mad we speak more than one language. No, maybe we're mad your sister's dumb. And you on here doing all of this. All right, so let's go back. She got time, obviously. Then she moved on, said happy Pride. What did this person? Oh, so Holland Media said something to her. So not only are you a hypocrite because you did everything in this tweet as well, but you're just as miserable as your sister. Oh my God. What they say in battle rap, that's how you talk to this bitch. Listen, what did I say on Twitter earlier? I said, I'm gonna bring the tweet up. So they said, listen, 2,000 likes to her 251. That's how she had to respond. This is exactly why she had to respond. So not only are you a hypocrite because you did everything in this tweet as well, but you're just as miserable as your sister. Why are every one of your tweets so angry? Clearly, you don't have any of the listed items either. So she said, "No, the F no, the F didn't, you loser. I woke up what I had to do and got on this app and saw a hating ass B post some old ass ish at 11 o'clock. So I responded, the F, are you slow? I didn't wake up and randomly decide to be a hating ass B talking some old ass ish. Shut up. Shut up. Now you want to listen. You want to know the wrong way to piss off a person who talks is try to control them. You can't control what nobody does. And listen, a long time ago, 2 months, we talk about shit that Cardi did a few years ago. Let's talk about what's this? Oh no. Let's talk about when Cardi was caught following. Hold on, let me bring this up closer so I can say this. Let's talk about when Cardi was caught following Nicki Minaj topic on Twitter, and when she got exposed for it, she posted a video with her ass walking off. Like, you know, trying to make people forget about it. Yeah, let's talk about that. That happened a few years ago. Yeah, she ain't slick. See, with Cardi, you have to catalog the things that she did so you can remember and go back to it. Like, yeah, she's done so much. She's a Nicki Minaj stalker, wannabe. She got, first and foremost, let's start from the beginning of the days when she stole Nicki's hairdresser and he had him doing all of these Nicki styles with the bundles and all of that. I used to tell y'all when I started my channel back in 2019, I said, if Nicki wears a style within a few days, Cardi's going to start wearing it too. She wants to make it seem like I was doing this so close to you that, you know, there is no true trendsetter. And that's exactly what she tried to do with the bundles too. Nicki started that. And then she tried to do it so closely right after it because you don't have to style your own. You don't. Damn. At least I could honestly say back in the day with Lil' Kim and Foxy, even though that they're from Brooklyn and they both rapped about clothes, luxury cars, luxury items and things like that. You know, they didn't wear their hair the same. Like Cardi did everything the type of way that Nicki did. Everything, the way that she wear her hair. If Nicki, y'all noticed back during the Queen era, if Nicki started wearing her hair up in ponytails, Cardi started wearing her hair up in ponytails too. It was like you couldn't get away from it. Like you couldn't. Cardi was just following her so closely. And let me tell you something. That's some narcissism from that damn hairstylist trying to follow everything that Tay did or whoever was doing Nicki's hair. And they just people will do stuff like that just to be a pain. People will do stuff like that just to be a pain, like to you. They will. Trust me. So let me bring that back up because I had to scroll past her having her ass out. Let me see. All right. Alexa, play Obsessed by Mariah Carey. So listen, this was earlier, right? When I told y'all, you do the math. This was 10 hours ago. Our mom was in that space. She's listening to the Twitter spaces and all of that. She said, Alexa, play Obsessed by Mariah Carey because I'm low riding in the spaces on Anonymous like everybody else. And she's listening to hear what people got to say about Cardi. Yeah, that's what she's doing. And so you see how she say, you on your job, you hating hard, ain't gonna feed you. I'm gonna let you start grasping for air. I'm ventilation. You out of breath. I hope you been waiting. I love Mariah. LOL. You so fucking corny. You're corny and you obsessed. Because listen, you doing this is not going to stop anybody from what they're doing. Silly ass. Yep, that's her for sure. And I'm telling you, you count about 10 hours, and if you was on that space or if you was listening to that space with Armand, and you tell me that doesn't line up with the time that he was on there. When I got out the gym, I seen that. I said, oh, she was in that space. Yeah, Alexa, play Obsessed by Mariah Carey. So if we go back, it's 1:34 Central Standard Time. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I know for a fact it was around that time because I was in the gym working out at that time and I got out like at 4 something. Yeah. Yep. She was on it. And you know how these algorithms work. When you put a person's name, like say she's on here and the primarily people liking her stuff as Cardi fans and you know the name of Cardi or whatever, she's going to be mixed into that algorithm. She's going to be mixed into it. So she was in that space, low-key riding, just like I was, listening to what they was talking about. I know it hurt her to hear her talking. Listen, I know it hurt her to hear some of the things that they were saying, but they were spilling on your sister. And that's why I got like, when I first got on YouTube and our mom would do his commentary and stuff, I felt like, you know, at the point where he turned and he was like being nice to her, not only did I feel like it's like, damn, like I feel like he being nice to like his slow friend and trying to boost her up and whatever. But listen, he could give her props if he wants to, but I think that, you know, be honest and say how you really feel. And, you know, the truth of the matter is that the light did definitely dim a little bit for Cardi. She thought that she could ride out for so long, wondering and waiting what Nicki is doing. And I'm happy that Nicki said that in her Joe Budden's interview. She was just like, if you could kind of tell, she kind of like responded to that in a way where she was just like, no, I set the trend. I do this or whatever. I'm not waiting for nobody. Because everybody, remember, we was all into this phase like, no, Nicki, don't drop your album. Don't do this or whatever. Could you imagine if Nicki still didn't drop her album by now and didn't go out on tour or whatever, and we just playing the waiting game with a girl who don't even write raps? Could you imagine? The girl still didn't put an album out. Her sister came online and started to spiral since she was listed at number 7 on that damn list, getting more radio play than people who getting more streams and everything than her. Tell me why Cardi B deserves more radio play than Glorilla and Glorilla and Sexy Red. Sexy Red doing substantially better than Cardi B, but she getting more radio play. Why? That's crazy to me. So yeah, yep. When that space was live earlier, Hennessy was on Twitter Spaces, and I think she was. I can't say that she was for a fact, but that tweet goes back to the time that space was live, and she laughing. You on your job? You hating hard? Ain't gonna feed you? I'ma let you starve. Talking about she loved Mariah Carey. Shut up. So yeah, but that definitely had a tune of just some racial shit to me. So let me just go over here real quick. I want to go to this thing that I wrote. Let's see. What did I say? Cardi and her. I said something about Brandy and Monica, but it related to. Yes, this is what I said. I said Monica and Brandy. Hold on a second. Yes. Monica and Brandy had their differences because they little brother. Reminds me of Cardi B's sister because that bitch be on some other. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I don't think you know what. Sometimes I think you don't know what to say, sis. Arguing with all these black people because your sister want to be down. You Ray, sis. Like Ray J, Ray, sis. Yeah. That just came to my mind earlier when I was doing something. I'm just like, Monica and Brandy had their differences because they little brother. Reminds me of Cardi B's sister because that be on some other. Sometimes I think you don't know what to say, sis. Arguing with black people because your sister want to be down. You Ray, sis. Yo, I've been trying to find a way to use that Ray J, Ray, sis. Yeah. Yes, Cardi B's sister to me personally, I'm not saying that she is racist, but this is not the first time that she said something. Because I remember before years ago when I think it was around the time like 2018 when somebody would say something to her online or whatever, and she was arguing with a black person. She's like, plus, why did you say this? It sounds a little racist. It sounds a little racist. Like, what? Listen, at the end of the day, you mad because your sister is insufficient, insignificant. She got pushed and propelled in this industry, force-fed her radio play, put her on fake playlists, and Spotify ain't got a lie. They really sharing my music. They boosted her up so far, made her think that she was on this level that was unreachable. You thought that she was going to come in the game and replace this black woman who worked so hard, built it brick by brick. You mad because she number 7 on the list. You mad because people clocking you in the comments and they get more likes than you. It's like, this is what it is. You feel like you could control conversation. You like 4 foot tall. You can't stop nobody from talking. Talking about bitches must think you pussy, whatever the case may be. Listen, they think because they hang with Star Brim like that. What? Did her sister used to say that they used to get into it with girls when they was at school and all of that? And Cardi even made some comments talking about like, bitches didn't even like me. They didn't like me. Money made you pop. You know what money on that level would make me do? Become reclusive. I will be living the type of life like I will be vacationing. I wouldn't be caring about, I wouldn't be caring about what people saying about on social media and all that. I'm telling you. No, I enjoy doing commentary and all of that, but like if my channel was on the level, and I know y'all probably, and this is sad though, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If my channel was like on a level of impressive, I would never go live. I wouldn't. I do because this is the way I built my channel, like going live like this. But she has an ambiguity to her where she don't really got to do that. We don't even really know what she looks like. We don't know what she looks like, right? But I'm pretty sure she makes thousands of dollars on her channel every month and sponsorships and all of that. Shit. If you get a video, like I remember I was listening to Paris Milan. I think she had a video that crossed like 200,000 views. Like that's like a $3,000 check. Imagine if you do multiple of those a month. Like certain people, they have it, they have that where it works for them, right? But if I was uploading videos and my videos was doing 100,000 every video or whatever, I would never go live. Never. I'm telling you, I wouldn't, because no, maybe I would. Maybe I still would. But what I'm trying to say is I respect that in them, because it's just like, damn, you could get your coin and you could be out the way. If you notice, like, shit, even you as an average user, you probably get more engagement. Impressive could probably tweet something on Twitter and she might only get like a few likes, but her YouTube is popping. That's where she making the money from. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I wish that I can't say that I wish I would want somebody else's life, but I do see the freedom in that. So yeah, I definitely do. Let me read some of these comments before I move on to the last thing. And Roaches, right? That's her true feelings. Talking about, listen, Cardi called black women monkeys. I ain't forget. Exactly. It's so much with her. It's a damn conundrum when it comes to Cardi. Using black girl gang member as a bodyguard. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So my bitches must be fuzzy. Why? Because y'all sent those black women, like black women and black men, that beat on those girls in the club. What was that girl name from Brooklyn? That girl Remy, wasn't she down with them too? That's what I'm saying. This is why y'all probably be thinking I'll just be jaw jacking and talking. It's like, Cardi, where are your friends that look like you? Y'all Dominican. You don't know that. Listen, I don't see some stuff on YouTube where Dominican girls fighting in New York City doing this and doing that, right? They fight. They out there. Where are your gangster Dominican girlfriends at? But you don't have them because when you was younger, listen, when you was younger, the Dominican guys, they were going for the bad mommies. You wasn't a bad mommy. So, black people, unfortunately, how like that guy went up in the church and, banged up in the church. It's like, we just let anybody into our culture. We don't gatekeep. When I be on other apps and stuff, it'd be so funny to me when people try to say Cardi's black or certain people's black. No, they're not black. We need to gatekeep our blackness. I don't care what you say. You're not black. If you don't have Negroid features, you're not black. You're mixed. That's just point blank. It is what it is. We be so wanting to call people black. Like, no, you're not black. You're not. You're not. And oh. So, and she has European features, even if her mother is Trini. So, yeah. I don't really mean anything. She's not. Let's see. Exactly. So, I just lost my train of thought. Damn. But yeah, yeah. So anyway, I just find that to be hilarious that, it's like some sort of like arrogance that I feel like comes with Cardi's sister. Like she feel like because she wear designer that they could talk down, and because y'all got some sort of link to like what Star Brim and them. Who was y'all before your sister? This is why Cardi won't ever give up Star Brim. She won't. Let's see. I remember that. Let's see. She and her sister is illiterate as hell. Culture vultures get the nerve to name that child something that she loves sucking off of. Listen, you said it, not me. But I agree with you completely. People screenshotted her camera roll and saw Nicki at the bottom. They obsessed with Nicki. They is. And you know what? I feel like poor Cardi. Let me just tell you this, right? The thing about Cardi is that she don't really want to beef with Bia. She don't. What she should have did was she should have bit everything that Nicki said at her. But who knows? Maybe because Nicki was talking spicy back then, like, oh, y'all ghostwriters, yeah, we addressing y'all too. Like you writing diss songs about me and all of that. Partisan who knows why she. Remember that there was a certain point where they were saying that Cardi was gonna have a diss record coming at Nicki too. It never came into fruition. She didn't. You squandered your moment, sweetheart. You honestly did. You squandered your moment. But it would have. What would have? But listen, I think Nicki was doing it so much in a way to where it was like Cardi really couldn't respond. The way she ate her up on We Go Up and then Red Ruby, all them botch face photos. Why would you post those? It's like, what you really gonna say to that? I'm not botch face, but you know, Cardi would go to the extent, like, remember she did all them videos like, this is how I look when I wake up. Nicki had her scrambling, going bad. They got sick, bad in a blood clot mind. She had her going crazy, and that's what I learned from Foxy, where she was just like, I might not kill you, but I'll hurt you till you're dead inside. Like, so Nicki could say something and have a way with words, and it's just like, all them botch face photos, why would you post those? And just different things that she would say, like, I know that it got to her psyche, and then Cardi would be constantly trying to prove that she's pretty and this and that. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I could tell you one thing, Cardi, even though I do think she looks better than what she did when she came into the game, she's definitely a self-proclaimed and she's a made-up bad chick. She's not she didn't just come out bad, like, you know what I'm saying? She didn't. Like, no, she made herself and she boosted herself up to be like that. I think what it was is that, you know, her sister does look, let me tell you something. Even though we sit up here and we could say Cardi's sister is much more beautiful than her, at the end of the day, she looked like a regular girl with no makeup on. She's not starking, you know, she's not like the picture of being beautiful. Yeah, she does look nice when she puts, everybody looks nice when they put makeup on, and people look a certain way when they don't have it on. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think she wanted to look more like her sister when she, you know, she wanted to like be like the bad Dominican mommy in New York City that she never was growing up. And oh, that's what I was gonna say. Our community has a way of taking everybody in. And, you know, even the black guys, she could be the bottom of the barrel Dominican girl, not pretty to the guys over there who want the mommy, or you get your nails done, get your hair done, you go get your blowout and all of that. Cardi wasn't really that chick. So, you know, she settled for the black guys who want the bags of weed and drinking the Hennessy and all of that. She got those type of guys who would just accept anybody. You know, in our community, they'll just accept anybody. Like, you know, we'll bring somebody to Thanksgiving who ain't got no family for the first time. Don't nobody know them. And you just like, how the hell she get up in here? Like, who are you? Oh, I'm Cardi. Yeah. And they like, like, you know, we accept anybody. And that's how they did that situation in that church where they powed that church up, because nobody questioned that guy while he was sitting there all that long. I guess he could have, in hindsight, did what he did, but he waited for a while in that South Carolina church. But we accept everybody. I know you noticed that. We do. And you know, one thing though, when I was younger, this would make me feel good. Like when I going to a public school, because I went to private and public school, but seeing like this would make my heart warm. But at the same time, a lot of them don't do this for us. When I would go to like when I went to the public school, I would see like a white girl and I would see like she got mad black friends, right? And I'd be like, it warmed my heart, because it's just like, damn, like we will bring anybody in and make them feel like, oh, you comfortable? Do you want something to eat? Like, you know, we'd be so quick to want to show off our culture. Oh, you never had fried chicken? You never this, whatever we showing them. And then to the point where they be so into what we doing, right? But I don't really see them do that to us. If anything, I'm not saying everybody is like that, but we normally will be a little uncomfortable, or they'll let it be known that they don't fuck with you like that. And if they do speak to you, be like, oh, you're different than what I thought. What that means is that you're not ghetto or whatever, like whatever way that they're trying to classify you. But I've always seen black people pull people in and then like try to make them feel like, you know, at home and make them feel comfortable. So yeah. Yeah. Didn't B already clock T? Wait, what you talking about? So just look at her old pics and videos. That's a real crooked rotten. With her whack ass P word. Okay, so damn, I didn't bring this up. Wait, give me a second. So I had put in the title Nicki in her 40s, because Nicki is currently in the 40s as far as like when it comes to her sold out shows. Like she's up there in the 40s. So what number for sold out show is she on? I think she like at number 40. What, you let me know in the chat. I can't remember, but this is Nicki leaving Gag City, Cologne. I will Love you forever and ever and ever. Do you hear me? Do you even effing know how exceptional you are? Listen, let me tell y'all this, right? You can't trust these celebrities, Nicki included, because you know how Nicki told us that, and I know that people argue with me every time I post this on Twitter or in the comments. You know how Nicki was saying that Pink Friday 2 was her best album and, you know, was better than Queen. And then she even tried to gaslight people to the way talking about, oh, you only like Queen because you guys relate to the pain. It's like, you know, the pain, it's the pain that you like. So I'm pretty sure she has her ways that she felt. What I think about what I think about the Queen era is that Nicki was going through a lot of things behind the scenes that we didn't know about, and I think it's just probably a painful era for her that she probably just didn't like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So but I think that she appreciates that album in ways. But Pink Friday 2 is a very good album, right? I think it is good, but it's just the lyrically, Nicki is always gonna deliver. On Pink Friday 2, she delivers. So don't get you know the situation jaded when I say like, you know, lyrically Queen is better, but it is. I felt like Nicki's back was against the wall on that album. You could tell how she was rapping from the beginning to the end, even on Rich Sex. Like to me, the lyrics is just a little better to me. But I do like, even for Falling For You has a deep message, but it's not messing with a hard white or LLC or shit. Even the way that, like, even how she was spitting on Miami, like, nah. So Nicki is telling them that they got the crown. She tells every city that. I remember Foxy used to always do that too. She would always go to shows and be like, I'm going back to Brooklyn and I'm telling them Albany is liver than a motherfucker. And then I would watch her different videos online. I'm like, oh, she tells everybody this. It's just a little thing that they do. So that's why I said, like, yeah, whatever. So let's just check this out. She's doing like, she redid her Prague challenge.
Yo, this is how a bad leaves Germany after the mother sold out show and just go.
Y'all remember when Nicki had Lotto running on jets too, had Lotto running on private planes too? Remember Lotto thought she was so lit trying to copy Nicki after that whole thing blew up when they wasn't cool no more, and she thought she was gonna run on jets and release her song Lottery, which flopped. Oh, we even talk about Lotto. So anyway, before we talk about that, shout out to Nicki. Sold out. Let me read the comments to see if y'all know which show she on as far as sold out. Let's see. Nicki is funny. She is going through it that time. I'm grateful she fed us. Ducking like yo. Pink Friday 2 felt like she was just having fun in the studio. Queen was going hard with the pen. Right. I think Pink Friday 2 was trying to touch every genre. Right. Nicki tried to gaslight us to think Pink Friday 2 was the best work, right? Because you think about it, you have to kind of do that in the moment because you don't really want to take away. I understand the business mind of it, but it's like almost like she was getting offended. Like, I'm sorry. If you like even Good Form as a single, and that was pushed down further into the album, like I feel like that song could even compete with Chun-Li. Like she had a lot of strong efforts on that album. I'm sorry. I honestly feel like Queen is better than Pink Friday 2. Like Pink Friday 2 has, especially I like the Pink Birthday. Yeah, that's good. But I'm not really, even now that the album has been out for 6 months, I'm still not really a fan of Let Me Calm Down. But I understand it. I like the message behind it. But I don't stream that song. I'm gonna skip it. I'm telling you. I'm gonna skip it each and every time. I don't know. It's just something about it I just don't really like. But I can understand why the average hip hop fan would like it. I just don't really care for it, to be honest with you. I'm being honest. Like, you know, I would hope that you could be honest to say like what songs you like more than others. Like, I really don't. You know what's so crazy? I hear a lot of people talking about my life, right? So I heard it today, and it's just like, damn, I do know the lyrics to the song, but I don't frequent it as much as a lot of people. Like I frequent a lot of like the Beep Beep and, you know, the Falling For You and Barbie Dangerous. Like if I'm in the gym, like that's a song that I'm gonna turn on and I'm gonna definitely play. But Bomb Bomb, I love the hook to that. Yeah, you know what's so crazy? You know how much we thirsted over Big Difference? Like, I know that song, but I don't play that as much as you probably think. I played, shit, I be spinning on the Queen album too. So it just really depends on like how I feel and which direction I want to go with it. But yeah. And it's like F the Club Up, of course, I like that too. I'm not really a fan of Everybody. No, because I feel like that was more of a playful song, and I didn't feel like she was saying something on there, like as far as like little metaphors in here. But it just to me that was more playful, Nicki. That's kind of I put Everybody in the same bin as kind of like a super freaky girl. It really shocks me like when I let that song play fully through on a day, because sometimes I don't let it play through. As soon as I hear the intro to that song, I'm already skipping it. Like I'll be over it because we done played that song so much. Let's see. She knew it. That's why she led with it. Yeah, My Life is a good song. Sometimes when I don't listen to it for a while, it makes me appreciate it when I do play it. Pink Birthday is top tier. Yeah, that is. It's really short though. Barbie Dangerous is one of my favorites. Falling for You is my favorite. It snuck up on me. I love Falling for You from the beginning. Now that song, I could play it. I can play that song like every day. See, I be forgetting about Love Me Enough. That was a good song too. Bomb Bomb. Yep. So yeah. What time is it? It's 1:55. So I already know that I'm setting myself up for a late day tomorrow because I definitely got to get to the gym. Please make sure that you thumbs up this video. Please, please, please. Support the channel. Cash App is on the screen. $ Potent Pondering. I didn't even really check to see if anybody sent me anything. But yeah, so let's see. Also, make sure that you check out my channel because I do post different videos sometimes. Like I did a video earlier. I should have done a video in earlier today, but I didn't really want to talk about like anything general. Sometimes I like to do videos that I know that's going to get small views. I know it might sound crazy and it might sound counterproductive, but I like the community that I build around like my smaller videos, whether if it gets 12 comments on it versus getting like 100 comments on a regular video. I like it. So, you got to keep staying and saying steadfast or whatever. So check out my channel to check out like the story time I posted earlier as well. I talked about like when one of my friends tried to expose me for when she put all of these thoughts in my mind and then try to make it seem like I was the one who came up with all of this. I don't want to give it away, but check out my channel and just check out the story time I did earlier. So let me read some of these comments before I get up out of here. I love Super Freaky Girl, though. I used to not like it. It just gets redundant after a while, to be honest. You know what it is, though? Any of the songs that we stream on repeat over and over, I'll be honest with you, like, and I'm going to relate another artist who this happened to me before, too, what has happened currently. I remember when Cowboy Carter came out, everybody loved Two Hands to Heaven. I loved it, too. I was one of the first people when that album came out, and I loved that song immediately. I played it so much that it gave me fatigue to hear it more. Like I went weeks without even playing that song. Then I would hear somebody else playing. I'd be like, oh yeah, that is a good, I remember it's a good song. You play something now. I hate the way that, streams weigh so heavily over purchased albums because it's like we have to stream songs to support, but it's just like we've been streaming Pink Friday too, and don't stop streaming it, especially if you're a person who enjoy it. Not saying that, but I just feel like you can get fatigued sometimes from hearing the same song over and over. That's why it's like Super Freaky Girl, yeah. Anaconda, yeah, Thank you, Dominique. I just got your Cash App. Let me send some love back to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Both albums are great, but I think when someone has survived all of the hate people being through, it's a different feeling. Right. Thank you, Mara. I appreciate you. You always show me love on my channel too. I don't know. I kind of don't like these lights anymore. What I really want to do is I'm trying to find if I could do like a mural. I want to do like a mural in my living room and then find a way to like live stream there. I don't know. I don't really like this. Now it's going to bother me. I feel like I'm going to I hope I still got those boxes because I don't know. I feel like I want to take these lights back. I don't really like it, just to be honest with you. I'm very funny and meticulous, ridiculous about stuff. I don't know. It's something about the lines I don't like. I did get more light, so it do look a little more full, but I still don't really like it, to be honest with you. I just feel like it looks a little, even though it's dark and it does look a little better full, I still don't like it. I don't know. Normani announced that she's going on tour. She did. Let's go over there and look. Poor Normani. Did her song even debut on the charts this year? Let's go to Twitter and look up Normani. But you know what? To be honest with you, I'm gonna be fair, right? Normani's song kind of, it reminded me of a Pharrell production. Normani greeting fans at her listening party, and let's show this. Let's see. Normani at her album release party in Los Angeles. Normani arriving at her album listening party. Do y'all think her album's gonna do good? I think, you know what's so crazy? I thought this line when it came to let me see. Let me put Normani tour. Let's see. Let me tell y'all this, right? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I be trying not to. I always try to take a mature approach. Like, I know it's a lot of people who I feel like snake and they did Nicki wrong, but I try to find a way in my heart to where I still want people to be successful and make it, right? They still got to take care of their family. They got to do things. Even when it comes to Cardi, sell a whipped cream and do what you got to do. Just, I don't know. A lot of things turn me off with her, but it's like I don't be wishing the worst for people. Like, I know a lot of people, they feel a way towards Ice Spice. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel a way. I just don't really care. Like, what will be, will be. We'll see how her album rolls out and how it does, but I'm not gonna drag her because I don't know. I felt like I lifted her up at some point. So I see how some people do. Like, I was talking about earlier on my Twitter. I'm like, y'all all talk about blackout this and blackout that till it come to Ice Spice. Y'all want to talk crazy about her tour? Oh, she not performing. She's performing at rooftop. She performing, et cetera, et cetera. It's just something about me, right? I understand that you could not support a person, but I don't know. I felt like I've lifted her up at some point. It just looked fake, like just to go that hard for me personally. I don't have to support her. I do feel like the Give Me a Light song was just a little whack. I did like certain things she said in it, but I don't have to go super hard at her. Like, and I understand what happened with those text messages and stuff, but the point is, I want to say is that I'm a supporter of course, like I love Nicki and I support her music, right? But I don't feel like for me having to go super hard at Ice Spice online on Twitter and tag her and go in on her, I just feel like that doesn't prove that I love Nicki anymore. Like, it just doesn't. Like, and I don't feel like I have to give it up that way for me personally. So I mean, her album will come out. It's coming out July 26th? We'll see how it does. Hopefully within the next few weeks, she will release some. I feel like Ice Spice has a redundant sound and it's kind of like just the same thing over and over. Hopefully she'll play with some more sounds or whatever, hopefully whatever money she's gotten, she's been able to invest it and put it in stocks and stuff and to grow her money. Cause if her music sounds that way, I don't know how promising her career is going to be. Hopefully Sexy Red putting money into stocks and stuff too. Yo, let me tell you something. Stocks are very important. I wish that I would have gotten to it earlier. Shout out to what's that girl? I think her name is Brooklyn, somebody on my page. I don't ever see her on my YouTube page anymore. But I don't ever see her. Brooklyn Pleasure. So one year, I think 2022, she brought me stock on my birthday and cashed that to me. She didn't even buy me a full, what is it? Oh, it's escaping me. She just bought me a fraction of the Spotify stock. I think she put like $20 on it, But for some reason, I forgot all about it. And so I was just going through my phone the other day. I was like, what's going on with the stocks on Cash App? Because I wanted to buy some, right? So I was looking, I'm like, how the fuck do I got $50 in here? And I was like, oh, she gave me that. She bought me like a fraction of a stock 2 years ago. That shit grew to $60. I took that money right out, put it right into my bank account. I forgot all about that. I was like, damn. So yeah, I want to buy. So I want to start buying more stock too. So I'm looking into that now. Let me know in the comments if you do, if you are in, you know, the whole stock world and things like that. I feel like I don't have a lot of education on it, but I'm gonna be actually. I just joined this group the other day so that I could start to learn more about it, to get into stocks and things like that. So let me invest something. Yeah, it makes money back. And she didn't even buy me a full share. That's what it is. She didn't buy me a full share. She only gave me, listen, let me just show you what the Spotify, let me tell you what the Spotify stock is going for right now. Spotify is down to 3 point something percent. So Spotify a share in Spotify is $308.21, right? So she didn't buy me a full share. She only bought me a fraction of the share. She bought me $20, and that was 2 years ago. It grew to $60. I was looking through this. I said, how the hell do I got $60? I said, oh, she got me that stock 2 years ago. I cashed that shit right out. Yep. Put that shit right in my bank account. So, but let me tell you what happened during the pandemic, right? During the pandemic, my friend, they had 300 shares of stock in Apple, right? They had it for years. Now, Apple stock right now is down to, hold on, Tesla, that's a pricey one. So Apple stock, thank you so much, Mara. I just got your Cash App. Thank you. You always show me love. I appreciate you. I'm waiting for it to load so I can respond to you. I just seen it come over. Let me refresh it. But yeah, get into your stocks. If you can do something and just leave it there. Thank you, Mara. Let's see. All right. I wanted to sort by. All right. So what I wanted to tell you. All right. So Apple, right? So you know Apple, they typically do good. Right now, a share in Apple is $196.89. During the pandemic, I think that came down from like $1,000 or something dollars. I think it may have been. But my friend told me that when his father bought him 300, he has 300 shares in Apple. He bought them for $25 a piece. And during the pandemic, the shares started to drop, right? I don't know if you remember that, but he cashed them shits out for between, I think it might have been, hold on, let me see something. Hold on. Let me do my calculator. It was between, that's crazy. Is that right? Yo, them stocks dropped down to like 300 and something dollars. He had 300 shares. So what's 300 times 25? So his dad just invested at $7,500. I don't know how long he had these stocks, but that he had like over, it was probably almost $100,000. He took that money out to pay for his wedding and to marry his girlfriend and all of that. That shit was crazy. He said, yep. He's like, the stock market is dropping. I'm like, yo, black people, they don't be putting us on the shit like that. Like, not all of us. I'm not saying, because I know some of y'all who do know about stocks. But yeah, I remember, and this was in 2020. He was like, I just cashed out all of my Apple stock. Yep, I think he bought a new car, and he was like, he's putting, a lot of the money towards his wedding. That's crazy. He had 300 shares of stock, which was purchased. His dad bought him 300 shares for $25 a piece, and them shits grew. So imagine if he had 300 times 1,000 where it was at before it dropped. That nigga would have had $300,000. So he still lost money. Yo, the stock market is serious. You hear that they be saying people be unaliving themselves over that, like when they be dropping this shit. It's serious. Like you could really make some serious like coin. Like I was watching this video with this girl on it, right? She was saying that it was some electric automobile company that she invested in. You got to see with the stock market, you have to learn how to, like, how we watch rumors like the neighborhood talk and like things like that. You have to watch businesses and see like what is on the rise. Like you got to have the ability to look at companies and be like, that looks like it's promising. She said one day she invested $26. That $26 grew into $2,600, and within like maybe a few weeks or whatever, she had $26,000 from that $26. Now everything doesn't move like that, but you got to be in it for the long run. But she was like, yo, I was broke, I was down and out, and she invested. I can't remember. I'm gonna look through my YouTube history, but yeah. People be making coin off of investing. Like you just gotta like you have to be in it for the long run. Yeah, it's this one guy. You know, I'm kind of having questions now because now that I've kind of joined something that they're in and they do like this whole stock overview. I think that he has some good knowledge, but I keep seeing these negative reviews about him. But the reviews aren't really about like his stock situation. It's more so about people trying to say like he a fraud, like he got this fake lavish lifestyle or whatever. But yeah. Thank you so much again for that, Mira. And also thank you to Dominique. Thank you all. I appreciate you. So listen, it's 2:10. Let me get off of here so I could be the bed bug because I know it's going to take me to at least 3:30 to fall asleep. Y'all be blessed. Leave your comments below. And I will probably go live tomorrow. If the rest of the mediocre hosts can make it, they might as well let Ice Spice. Right. Yeah, I don't. You said Roth IRA too. Oh, I mean, I really don't have anything. You're right. I was gonna say about Lotto. I mean, the remix didn't make any noise. Let's go on iTunes and see what it is before I get up off of here. That remix didn't make no noise at all. Eminem Houdini is back at #1. Jungkook, you know, they ain't even buy that up. Pink Friday Girls is number 13. You tell me this. Wannabe is number 29. Yo, Sunday Service went up to like in the 30s. It's already number 45 on iTunes. Like, there's no way that Nicki should be up above them. Well, we know the reason why, and she's only one person. Her fan base is stronger. So, and they was already predicting. They said that if Nicki's songs stay stable throughout the whole week, it is possible that it will come back on the charts. Pink Friday Girls. And let me say this while we saying that too. I do know Pink Friday Girls, but it's not my favorite song. I think that's a fun song for girls, but that's not a song that I'm going to stream. I could tell he didn't want because they hated him. Nope. I personally, if you want to be honest with you, I personally think she rapped better on Cowgirl, especially that. What's that? What'd she say? What did she say on that? I think I might know it's bitch. I so be on point when you come through and see me. I know how to make a nigga get creamy. Fuzzy dreamy. Ayo, 1, 2. I like how she raps better on Cowboy. Cowboy, I like a little better than Pink Friday Girls, but I understand why girls like that song because girls just want to have fun and it's free or whatever. Oh, you know who I was mad at the other day? Ebony. Ebony, you let me down when you was in that space. And Nicki said, what album is this song High School off of? And she said the Pink Print. I said, Ebony. I did send her some love though, but I was like, damn, how did you fumble that? Oh my God. Welcome to my show. Yeah, it's the rodeo, the bull I ride. It's not mechanical. Yep. Yeah, she killed that. I'm not really a Pink Friday Girls fan, but I'm, you know, I guess I will support the song being that, you know, whatever. Listen, I done bought so many different versions of this album. Yeah. Let's see. Let me go over here. Destiny is crazy. Oh, yeah. So Lotto song is number 45 on iTunes right now. That's crazy. She thought Flo Milli was going to come save the day because she has something now, Megan Thee Stallion. They think that she the savior because she got a #1 off the back of Nicki. Now, I want to tell y'all this too, right? I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. because I just feel like you got to be honest. Like, it's one thing. Let me just tell you this, just to be frank, so you can understand where I'm coming from. You could look at my Spotify history. I don't string Megan. Sometimes I end up in these situations where it's just like, I was looking at this story earlier from like from Peyton, and somebody took her photo and shared it, and they was playing like Megan's song, right? I don't Megan say some stuff where I feel like she just be filibustering in her lyrics, but I don't feel like she's horrible. I just don't like her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, I don't listen to any of her songs, especially new recent Megan. I don't listen to any of her music. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't think that she's horrible. I just don't like her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think Lotto is horrible either. I just don't like her. Like, yeah, especially with that op shit that she did to Nicki. I just don't like her. I think Sexy. I'm more happy for Sexy Red versus me really liking her music. That's how I feel about her. Like, we let all of these frauds win. Why can't she win and feed her family and get this money as long as she can? Why can't she? Even if she don't spit the best raps, why don't she deserve a chance? Everybody else got a damn chance getting their balls written from their bars written from a guy. Why don't she deserve it? So, I mean, she deserves a spot too. And that's why the same point that, like, I didn't understand when people would be mad when Doja Cat, when they be like, oh, Doja Cat, you know, she broke the daily streaming, or everybody breaks records. If Cardi broke a record, I'm not, even though I feel like Doja has some funniness with that whole white side of her family and the way that she acts or whatever, Cardi was breaking records, and we know that she didn't deserve it. We know that Doja Cat is more talented than Cardi. I don't feel no way when people announce it. Records are meant to be broke. You know, hopefully they get broken by people who have talent. That's the most that I could say. Like, I'm not gonna go on no damn tirade because, you know, if anything, I was more offended when Cardi was breaking records because we know that she didn't deserve it. We know that they forced it. We know that she was unfair when she was getting radio play. I never forget when Chun-Li came out, how I seen Be Careful was falling off of the charts, and the way that they pushed Payola into that song when Chun-Li was out, that was so crazy. That was the first time Nicki followed me because I was pointing out so many different little hypocrisies with radio. I'm like, how does this song get in 150 spins a day and it's only getting maybe like a 10,000 audience update? It was clear suppression back then. It was. So let's see. I like music that made me think. I want to hear bars and clever things, not just ass shaking all the time. Right. Exactly, because I don't listen to non-rapping ass Sexy Red be doing but Fly Girl. What you mean? Exactly, because I don't listen to that non-rapping ass shit. Sexy Red be doing but Fly Girl. Have a good night. Thanks for the live, LaRon. Thumbs up the video. Yes. And she basically telling me to get off the live. Yep, I know I'm rambling. Let me get off. I need to go to bed. Y'all be safe. This is your boy, LaRon, Potent Pondering. And subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video on your way out. And I'm up out of here. Peace.